Alright guys, we're back again. Just going to do the daily maintenance on the 029 here. I figured I'd go through this one without explaining too much of what's going on, just to give you a bit of an idea of how long it normally takes. I mean, it doesn't normally take half an hour like the last video was, but I was explaining a fair bit of stuff, so we'll see how we go with this one. And generally it takes about 15, maybe 20 minutes at max. And yeah, so it's not too bad to do every day. This saw is actually pretty good. It's not very dirty, but I'll clean it out anyway. And because it does this saw doesn't have the tools chain adjustment, it's not going to take as long either. Same procedures as the last video, just bashing it, keeping it nice and clean. This saw is a lot older than the 029, the 210, sorry, so it's yellowed, which is fine. It doesn't affect anything except for the aesthetics of it. Yeah. A bit. Yeah, we've clogged up a bit here, so now I do like to put an old towel down on my work surface here, just because this isn't a dedicated, small engine work surface. It's used for all kinds of things, so I want to keep it nice and clean and that sort of thing. I'm actually going to go to the extent of this one to pull the clutch off. Now we're just going to clean the oiler hole here, make sure nothing's in there. Use the pick and you can get in down behind all these bits and pieces and nooks and crannies and things. I do generally pull these off. And just pull the little plastic guides off there, clean all the crap around it, lock them back in. Make sure you get them in the right way. They've got sort of a keyhole type pin and hole system there, so it's not very hard to get them back in the right way. And same as the last one, making sure everything's clean, making sure everything functions properly. Pretty good to go. Right, I'm just going to pull the clutch off here because it needs to be inspected. And just use a flat bladed screwdriver in the E-clip to just put it in and pull it in and twist it out. You're going to be really careful, and you want to hold it so that it doesn't fly off and not come back, because that is devastating. So this sprocket colour and the actual sprocket itself is generally fine. You want to inspect the washer too, make sure that it's clean, there's not a big build up of gunk underneath it. Make sure your chain brake's off. Pull it up. Yeah, and inspect the inside of the clutch here, make sure there's not an excess build up of crap. You don't want to use WD-40 on the inside of the clutch because it can leave a residue. You want to use something like brake cleaner or carby cleaner or something like that that doesn't leave a residue, but that's not actually too bad, so we're just going to give it a bit of a wipe out here. Ooh, hello. We actually have a broken clutch spring. Alright, so I'm going to have to locate one of those. I'll be back with you guys in a minute. Right, I'm back guys. It's the next day here. I had to wait till the next day to get down to the dealership to get the clutch springs. But we'll continue on with our cleaning here. So yeah, we just had the one broken clutch spring, replaced the set, and we're good to go. I did do a video on replacing the springs, so you can have a look for that. if it's not up by the time this one goes up, it won't be far behind it. So I believe I had the clutch off. You clean out behind it, wipe it all out, make sure you don't use any oils, or even WD-40, as good as it is not good for the inside or outside even of a clutch cover, because it needs to grab and that oil is not good. It's going to give you a lot of bogging down. So yeah, we'll get our brush and we'll just keep cleaning. Again, just showing you guys about the speed this all normally happens. It's not turbocharging here, it's all just putting along. Take your 10 minutes at the end of the day. Clean your saw. Get our rag and wipe off all the dust. It makes everything easier to work with, easier to see. Check our air filter here. It's not too bad, it's getting old, but it's still pretty clean. In and through all the clutch here. Not the clutch, sorry, the linkage, the throttle linkages, the clutch linkages. Make sure everything's nice and clean. This is, again, you want to inspect everything. Make sure everything works properly. Everything seems pretty good to me. If we don't have any, I don't have any compressed air here in the little workshop, so it makes it a little harder to do, to make everything nice and clean. Because if you have compressed air, you just wave it around and you're nice and clean again. So we won't do that. But maybe eventually it'll be an investment. I only have the 2 saws here to look after, and we don't do a lot of anything else that requires compressed air. So that's pretty much it. It's just really not worth the investment for us right now. Alright, next is all the body screws. Again, just give them a tighten. Not trying to torque them down, not trying to re-tighten. Just checking the tension. Again, up underneath where the case mounts into the body. On the clutch side. Bumper spikes, chain catcher, all those things on here. On the AVS handles. Cheeky bow. Alright, I think we're pretty good to go there. We'll just rebar. We'll sort out the bar here. Clean out our crap. Again, and drag from the front to the back. Keep the stuff from getting packed into that sprocket up the front there. Sprocket feels lovely. There's a bit of a burr there, so we'll take our flat file. And we'll just knock that down. These came off upside down, I believe. I'll have a look at the video and swap it later if I'm wrong. Get the chain back on here. This chain's freshly sharpened. I did put a video up on that, so you can check that out using the 2-in-1 file guide. Well, I will have a video up on that. Probably go up after this one. And get that on there. For some reason this saw just loves being a pain in the ass when you're getting the chain on. Alright. Yeah, bar nuts back on. Now, I've said it before, I'm not going to get into the debate of chain tension because it's just not worth it. I value my sanity. I've seen many videos on how to just happen to include what the particular YouTuber does to keep his chain tension, and god damn, the amount of ridicule that comes from those videos is just insane. Everyone has their different opinions and their different ways of doing things, and that's fine. You know, you think there's too much tension on someone's saw, that's fine. You don't have to use that saw, you don't have to pay for the repairs on that saw, so why complain about it? You know, fair enough if they're doing it very, very wrong and it's way too tight and they don't even get any lift, that's when, you know, fair enough, a comment is warranted, but none of this, oh, you're a dickhead, what are you doing? Your saw's going, you know, friendly reminders and constructive criticism, you know, that's going to want to make a person improve a lot more than copping a comment full of abuse. A bit of a rant for the day. Check the fuel and oil levels again. And checking, you know, these don't have toolless fuel caps; they're just standard threaded caps. But again, you want to check the O-rings and stuff. It's got plenty of fuel. I filled it up when I changed the springs over to do a test cut. Now we do store this saw away empty of bar oil because it leaks like a sieve. So there's not a whole lot in there, so I think we'll just leave that in there. You always want to make sure you use proper bar oil. And I've seen a lot of people say use old motor oil. It just, yeah, it sort of works, but it sort of doesn't. You'll end up, sorry about that, because proper bar oil has a tack agent in it that helps it stick to stuff, whereas normal motor oil doesn't, so you'll end up shedding a lot of it off the top of the bar, and underneath it's not going to get any lubrication where it needs it, where it's doing most of the hard work. It also has a lot higher flash point, than motor oil does, so it's not going to catch fire as readily, which is always a good thing, as well as it's a lot kinder to the environment. When it, you know, you leave it out there, it's not going to do as much damage as a used motor oil would, even though it doesn't do that much damage. So that's it. The O29 is good to roll for the next day. We don't have a scabbard for it, but I'll try and find one in the second-hand bin of the dealer. But that's it. She's ready to roll. So that's, you know, the speed everything normally happens. It takes 5 or 10 minutes at the end of your workday to clean everything out. It's going to help. Again, it's going to help your saw perform a lot better, last a lot longer. It's not going to break down as often, and when it does, you don't have a week's worth of build-up in there. You've only got a day's worth. That makes it a lot easier for you to work on. So that's about it. Yeah, that's it. She's all done. I'm gonna go inside and have a beer, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.